Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Hello. And happy Friday. Yay! Oh my God, too many pens. Welcome to Run It Back. We really do. Lou, Will, Chandler P, Boogie's here, I'm here, and we've got a lot of basketball.
It's Friday.
Charlie Villanueva will be on in a little while. We'll talk to him about all things basketball.
To the Baja.
But we got, one series is finally done. We can talk about Denver. We can talk about Minnesota. Congratulations to the Timberwolves. Nice win. 110-98.
Rudy.
And it was a very depleted Timberwolves team last night. Jaden McDaniels, new favorite of the show, honestly. 32 points, 10 rebounds. We love him. Terrence Shannon Jr. finishes with 24 and 6. Jokic, 28, 10 and 9. Cam Johnson had 27 and 8. No Io, no Ant, and no Dante from Minnesota, and they still pulled off the win. The great thing about this has been Jaden McDaniels throughout, and a lot of it has been even off the court, the stuff that he said about them being bad defenders, calling them out by name individually, mixing it up with Jokic, and then career high last night in a closeout game, guys. Doesn't happen often, but when you can back up your trash talk like that, Chandler, it's a favorite.
It's so impressive, and a lot of times players don't want to poke the bear in a series like this, let alone against one of the top 1 or 2 players in the NBA, and Jokic, and he just called him out by name. He said, "Jokic, you're a bad defender. Murray, you're a bad defender. Aaron Gordon, you named Tim Hardaway Jr. Like, he named everybody, and then continued just to put pressure on them offensively. Would go at them. Last night, pretty much to seal the deal, they saw whoever Murray was guarding had a mismatch. He just ISO'd him, shot over him, used his length. Like, I couldn't be more impressed with this dude. Just his approach, his facial expressions after big plays just stays the same. His conditioning is unbelievable. The way I see him pick up guys at full court at his size, he's one of the best two-way players in this league, and he's 25 years old. He's only going to continue to get better, and just what a game when your team needs you the most. Your star player out, another starter out. Ayo, who's been arguably your best player in the playoffs, out. Ayo.
There you go.
And this kid steps up with just a huge opportunity. Team on his back, both sides of the floor. I don't have enough good things to say about this dude. He's tough, he's athletic, he's versatile. He's one of the best two-way players in the NBA.
Yeah, we see a lot of times in playoff basketball somebody running their mouth and they don't back it up.
Yep.
And it gives fans and media the fuel to talk some trash about him. That wasn't the case for Jaden McDaniels. He was he called names, but even still, he was respectful. And sometimes you can get a little truth bomb. Every once in a while, it's okay to get some truth. Now, he said them guys couldn't guard. They didn't do anything to prove him wrong. Instead, he just attacked, and when the team needed him most to step up to the plate, he was able to knock it out of the park last night. Incredible game. I'd be curious to see who picked Minnesota with all of the injuries that they had and seeing what they were able to get out of Shannon Jr., Mike Conley being able to step in, but most importantly, Jaden McDaniels going for a 30 ball in a closeout game where you don't have anybody else, where that's not even necessarily your identity. Your identity on this team wasn't to score. It was to be like a 3-and-D guy and to be a slasher as well. He put all of those pieces together last night, and he put together one of his most impressive games of the season. So, for me, and I know Boogie's gonna start with some comparisons soon here, but for me, no matter how it goes in the playoffs from here on out for Jaden McDaniels, this is a turning point in his career. Now that he's shown us at what level that he can play, there's no turning back now. So I love to see when guys start their careers one way and then they start going somewhere else and they start to flourish in other areas. So huge shout out to him for being able to walk it, for being able to talk it, and to go out there and get them to the next round.
That's exactly what I was going to say as far as him arriving in this league. I think last night put him on the scene. This is the version of him that I want to see moving forward on a nightly basis. I think he validated himself as a clear-cut number 2 for this team. He's shown the ability to defend all over the floor, but now being able to be that go-to guy. And not only being a go-to guy, but, being the guy that helped close out a series. That's real validation in this league. So I want to see this version of him moving forward. Just thinking about the comparisons of, Anthony Edwards and the young MJ and the way he moves. I mean, I'm willing to go out on a limb and say, why can't we compare Jaden McDaniels to a Scottie Pippen with the way he performed in last night's game. So,
is anybody mad at that? Like,
and if you are, I don't care. But I see the potential. I can see the comparisons. Obviously, Pippen being one of the greatest two-way players this league has ever seen, and I feel like Jay McDaniels is following right behind in those footsteps. Obviously, not the same offensive numbers as of yet, but if we can get this version of him every single night, I don't see much of a difference, especially with that guy sitting at home healing up, and Anthony Edwards. So I like this core group. I like them continuing to move forward. You know, it was great for the bench guys, the young guys, and Terrence Shannon being able to step up in the moment and put up those numbers.
Shout out to Shannon Jr.
Unreal.
Yeah, so that was a coming out party last night.
Yeah, this was great for the young guys moving forward with this group, and you know, once you get those other guys back, well, Anthony Edwards, as far as getting healthy, they're a real threat in the West. Yeah. So I'm sure they're excited about that. Yeah,
I'm sure AE will be back. Obviously, DiVincenzo is down for a substantial amount of time, but when you look at a guy like Shannon Jr. and what Chris Finch said about him, you know, maybe I've been playing you the wrong way. I've been running you corner to corner. I got to put the ball in your hands. That's gonna be a major boost and a huge confidence booster for a guy like that you're gonna need. And now that he knows, hey, I don't have a sub, I gotta play big minutes. That's gonna get him further along his career, like a Jaden McDaniels. So, you know, at this point, this is a team that's playing with house money, so to speak, because a lot of people didn't have them getting out of the first round. Also especially didn't have them getting out of the first round with the injuries that they have. Now they got a San Antonio team that's going to be stacked. That's going to be another great series. But to have so many young guys playing at a confident level like they are, they've opened the door to say anything is possible with this Minnesota team.
Yeah, and even thinking when Io was healthy, he had unbelievable games, and he was, you know, having crazy production. Julius Randle was solid. Rudy Gobert, what he did defensively on Jokic was unbelievable. So this was we always say collective effort or team effort. It took everybody. This literally took everybody, including guys that got DMPs earlier in the series that then came up huge later in the series. Like Kyle Anderson got minutes that were valuable, not last night, but in this series. Like they just plugged and played everybody. They missed 3 rotational players and 2 starters.
Huge.
And still found a way to knock off this Nuggets team in a battle just by other guys stepping up. Like Lou said, Terrence Shannon with the ball in his hands. Finch saying that I've been playing this guy all wrong. Like, what an awesome thing to say.
Is that? Yeah, like
as a coach, just like owning that and taking accountability. Like, if you're Terrence Shannon going into this next series against San Antonio, you're playing with the utmost confidence, knowing that your coach just said he made a mistake during the 82-game season, and this is how I should have been playing you, and he showed it last night.
As a player, though, how much would you love for your coach to go out in the world and say,
shout out to Finch.
You gotta love it. And as a player, who knows what this does for Shannon Jr. in the future and the rest of his journey, right? Like for myself, I was a young player in this league. I played 23 games my rookie year. My second year, I began to play more and more and have an opportunity. And Mo Cheeks called me on a plane. He was like, hey, he wanted me to watch film with him because I scored the ball at a high clip in the game. And it took him some time. He was sitting there watching my high school highlights.
Oh.
And he said, I've been playing you wrong the whole time. I tried to make you a pass-first guard. I tried to turn you into myself instead of allowing you to be yourself. And look what that turned into for me. That turned into a 17-year career, being one of the best bench players in the entire world. So who knows when a coach pours into you and tells you, hey, I screwed this up. This is the way we're going to move forward. Who knows what that's going to do for Shannon Jr.?
That's a rare thing, too. That's not something you see quite often. Who knows what shout out to Finch, man. That's dope.
I do. I love that. We do need to obviously turn a little attention to Jokic and his team, and specifically him. They haven't made it past the second round since the time they won the championship back in 2023. So conference finals twice in his era. We know the triple-doubles. It's beautiful. It's awesome to see. And by the way, this hurts me to even talk about. I do love Jokic, second favorite player. And we call him a top 5 big of all time. Some people say the greatest player in the world. However, after last night and this series, guys, are we going to start having he might be a little overrated conversation?
We can start it right now.
All right.
I'm not going to call him overrated. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, that was a crazy word to say.
It hurts my heart, but you know it's how this is going to happen today.
I'm not going to go that far, but I will say this.
It's fair to be critiqued and criticized at this point.
I fully, before the show, I came in and I watched him, and he wasn't as efficient. I knew that. Rudy did a great job, providing his length and making it difficult on him. He settled for a lot of outside threes. Like he kind of played differently in a sense this series. And I looked at his stats, and he still averaged 26, 14, and 10, which, again, that's fine.
Be
He's
overrated.
good. So it's hard. Again, we're nitpicking
No, it ain't for you. It's for the graphic.
We're nitpicking here, but he averaged 4 turnovers a game. He shot 19% from the three-point line, and he shot 44% from the field. His efficiency was down. His turnovers were up. And his defense is always going to be an issue. So when your best 2 players, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, are your worst 2 defenders on the floor at a time, it's tough because last night in this whole series, Minnesota was just picking them apart and attacking those 2 every single time. Jaden McDaniels called out the other 2 best players by name and then continued to do what he told us he was going to do.
With the rest of everybody else.
Like everyone just called a straight. It was insane.
No. That's not how strays work.
What was it called?
He walked up and shot at exactly who he wanted to hit.
Yeah, it wasn't a stray. It was right in his face.
That's not how a stray works.
My point is, Jokic is always gonna get his numbers because of his talent and his usage rate, having the way they play through them. It's just this series, it was sloppier. It was not as efficient.
He was
a lot of that has to do with Rudy and the defensive schemes that Minnesota put on them, which again they're great. I'm confused at how they weren't a higher seed and what they did all 82 games because when I watch Minnesota, I'm like this team is real. But Jokic again, he's got to be held accountable to. We're ruthless to Luka when he plays bad. We want to jump on KD and
Sure.
LeBron. This wasn't his best performance. Yes, his numbers were great. They're always going to be great. He is fantastic. He has an unreal talent. The efficiency was bad. The turnovers were bad. And the defense is a glaring hole in his game.
Well, we can even make a case that now that their season is over, Denver was a little out of sorts all season. But the numbers kept us in the conversation. They kept us respectful of Denver because we have so much respect for Nikola Jokic and what he's able to do. But they haven't been the best version of themselves this entire season. You know, down to them even ducking OKC's side of the bracket. I've never seen them even have that sort of approach to a playoff run. If you're one of the top dogs, I'm not ducking anybody. I should be the one getting ducked. So it was a lot of things at play here for the Denver Nuggets as a whole. Now, as far as the Joker is concerned, the numbers were there, but we got to shine a light on Rudy Gobert. Like, Rudy Gobert made it tough for him, and he created an environment where he didn't flourish and do the things that we were accustomed to him doing. Were the numbers there? Absolutely. But he has the ball in his hands a ton of the time of the game. That's going to come. But when we start talking about those numbers being impactful, Rudy Gobert did everything under the sun to make it difficult for them to move on, and that's why we're having this conversation right now.
I agree. I think it's time to shine a light on Rudy Gobert. And I know it's surprising for me to say it, but respect is due in this situation, and I have no problem with that. You know, he's been critiqued of, you know, his awards in the past, his actual impact on the game. And, you know, for me, I'm not a huge supporter of, you know, whenever you have to argue your case, we have to go to the analytics and the advanced numbers. I think that's fine. And
it's an eye test.
Yeah, for me, it was the eye test.
Yeah.
What I saw from Rudy Gobert was straight domination, and that's what I expect from a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. The eye test alone let me know he was there to stop to stop Jokic from being himself on a nightly basis. So respect is due, and I think that should be highlighted more than any of the other conversations. But when it comes to the Nuggets and Jokic, I could never, you know, sit up here and say I feel like he's overrated or anything like that.
I don't even like it being written up there.
I know. I just like
that's what I just said. It wasn't about you saying it.
You know, Jokic is Jokic.
We're not saying it.
He earned the right to, you know, for his name to be mentioned amongst the greats. You know, when it comes to being a top 5 big man or whatever, I think that's a totally different conversation. I'm sure everybody has their arguments, and, you know, to each his own. But I also feel like a lot of things have changed within the Denver Nuggets organization as far as, you know, even down to how they hold the guys accountable. I had the luxury of being there when the Mike Malone was there, when they won a title with a Mike Malone. I wasn't a part of the title team, but under that standard, it was just a whole different, you know, accountability when it came to the guys on the floor. It was a different urgency with the guys on the floor. I don't quite see that, you know, in the past years and as of this year, I don't see the same urgency
feel like it was
on the floor.
It's a leadership.
The leadership has changed. A lot has changed within, you know, the group. You know, it's different pieces amongst the core group now. So I'm at the point where I feel like it's still time for Jokic to maximize these years in his career.
So
but it's also time for an update. It's time to update the system. You know what I mean? It's time to figure out the right pieces going around this guy, because obviously he still has a window of time to win more championships.
And Aaron Gordon was out as well.
And Peyton Watson, who was great.
That was a big piece. Peyton Watson was out as well. That's a big piece. But Boogie, to your point, what you're saying is it may be time for Denver to retool.
Absolutely.
As the personality and the flow of this group, as we know it, getting a championship out of it, something else has to change for them to stay in that conversation.
Absolutely.
I will say
trying to update the system.
I know you're a big MPJ guy. I thought when he left and Cam Johnson came, I thought Cam Johnson would have a better impact. I thought he'd be more of a catch and shoot.
On paper, it made sense.
It made sense, and that didn't pan out.
The numbers-wise, it made sense. On paper, it made sense. It seemed like a brilliant move at the time, but, you know, like I said, analytics, in my opinion, analytics don't win games, and I think that was a more analytical move compared to actually knowing the heart and the will of the player that's on the floor in those spots. When you think about an MPJ and you think about a Cam Johnson, the intangibles are similar, but it's not the same impact of player.
And I want to give them a benefit of the doubt with no Gordon Watson, but like Minnesota had 3 players out. Houston had Kevin Durant out.
I like that. You like hybrided it.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
Kevin Durant's out for the Rockets.
No, everybody's
Franz Wagner's out for the Magic. Everyone goes through this, so I can't look like, oh, no Aaron Gordon, that's why they lost. Like, no, Minnesota was a better team.
And Minnesota's missing 3, so like,
they're missing literally more.
They're missing their best player.
Like you can't do it. You don't have that excuse this time. You know it's going to start, especially because we got all these damn days off in between the starts of games. The SGA versus Jokic, best player in the world. Did SGA move up for those who were still doing the Jokic route, or?
I mean, he's still playing.
I mean, SGA was always at the top for me. Yeah. So
he's always been. He's always been.
As far as this season in the past, I don't think that you can argue those results either.
You're it.
They're 1 and 2. I think Jokic is the best player in the world, but again, this guy's on the best team. He's the best player. He's the back-to-back MVP. Like, it's hard to argue it because he is unbelievable, and he's still playing. So it's hard not to say him right now.
He's probably gonna be playing for a while.
But I still would take. If I had a draft right now for next season, who would I take? I would take Jokic.
Okay, there it is. 2 against 1. I like that. Chris Finch, we've said nothing.
He played horrible and averaged 26 points. You looked at it. I like the look.
No,
you gave me the look.
I just wanted you to come on over to the other side, but
I might be there soon.
But you're not far off. We're not going to sit here and pretend like Jokic isn't the player that he is. But again, like the other great players in the league, it's okay for him to be criticized and be a part of that 100%. Conversation. If this was anybody else, KD, LeBron James, SGA, you name it, there is going to be some critiques. And today, I'm sure he's going to get his fair share.
Yeah, why are we so scared to critique Jokic?
We're in Serbia. Everyone would be fired. Huh?
Why are you? Do you read the script?
Oh, are you? Is that no? I don't.
Okay, you know what? We're not doing that yet. Chris Finch, been awesome, and here he is after the game talking about Denver.
Our guys, they took it personal. I mean, Denver had the chance to pick who they wanted to play coming down the stretch, and they chose us. And we used that as a motivation all the way through preparation and through the series. They chose us. They didn't have to choose us. They chose us, and our guys were up for the challenge of that.
Dude, I want to hang out with Chris Finch.
But check this out, Beats. We're talking so much about Jaden McDaniels, not realizing this is a response to a team picking you first.
Yeah.
So if you're going to pick us, then we're going to tell you exactly what we think your weaknesses are, and we're going to line it up. Check ball.
It's true. Like, you had a choice. The last couple of games, they manipulated the system on who they want. They thought this was more of a favorable matchup going into the playoffs, and clearly Chris Finch reminded his team, or his team already was aware of that. Well, and they made that clear that this is motivation. These guys wanted us. Let's make them eat their words. And they certainly did.
I don't want to minimize this quote because I do think it's awesome and I live for sort of the off-court stuff in sports. However, didn't Denver come into the playoffs on a 12-game winning streak? Like, how did they manipulate anything? They won.
Well, that I don't remember. I'd have to look into
it.
They
did. No, I'm telling you, I do remember. It's a 12-game
Well, didn't it come down to one game that it could go one way or another? And they decided to, and they smoked that game.
If they would have lost.
I think it came down to one game and they...
San Antonio.
Manipulated it to
however it came down.
So you want them to throw the game against San Antonio?
Well, I'm
and
saying,
lose
however it came down, they clearly thought that Denver wanted Minnesota, and they took it personally.
They still won the game. I'm just saying it's kind of hard. But I still like the quote. I'm not taking away from the quote. I love it so much. Because it's all part of the
so much basketball has been played. I'm not sure. I don't remember what the scenario was.
Yeah, remember they kind of sat everyone. Jokic only played the minimum 18 minutes so he could qualify for the 65 games, and they still beat San Antonio in the final game. So they did win. I mean, you can't get mad at them for winning. But I do like the quote.
Well, that's different.
From it.
Yeah, that's different.
So sorry. I didn't want to ruin it.
That's different.
Okay, fine. Now do you want to get to the Jokic thing? Now that Chandler's
You just host the show,
pooped
Beads.
the bed.
It's not on my thing.
No, because there's good.
definitely
We have a
It's
lot
fully
of
right there.
It's right there.
It's
on the
highlighted.
paper. It's on the computer. It's
good sound came out of this thing afterwards, and as always, Jokic delivered. Here he is.
How far away or not far away do you feel like you guys are from being, a championship contender?
I mean, we just lost in the first round, so I think we are far away.
Do you feel like changes, or like what type of changes you feel like?
I mean, that's not my decision, to be honest. Definitely, if we're in Serbia, we will all get fired.
That's my. If
Not
this
so
was
bad.
Serbia, we'd all get fired.
I don't like it.
But we know that's not how it
so
works.
bad.
Only coach gets fired. So what's
I
happening?
agree with the first part of what he's saying, that everyone is building their team to compete with OKC, right?
Sure.
Like there's no secret there. And they just lost the first round to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So there needs to be some change. There needs to be some adjustments and a makeover on this roster and this team, whether that's coaching staff, front office, players. Like, there's got to be something different because you have the best player or the second best player in the world, and you just lost first round.
Yep.
That's an
fair.
issue. As far as the whole Serbia thing, like, I'm not into that. Like, Serbia is not paying you $50
I think
million
it's
a
funny.
year to play basketball, so why are we even talking about
Well, no, because
proud
he's-
America. You ain't
he
going.
just
I'm
said-
not going for that. Like, you go back there then and play in the
No, I think I like that he's bringing up the fact that accountability.
I also don't like that. That's like saying in my hometown.
he said everybody.
In my hometown, we would all be cut or traded or fired. Well, we're not.
Listen here, soft American. All he's saying.
I'm not soft.
Like he's
I'm
just
not
saying
soft.
it. In
What
his
up, Charlie
homeland-
May?
Yeah, bring Charlie in now.
Help me! I'm on an island.
I'm
on an island.
I'll ask Charlie. What's better,
The
Serbia
Mamba.
rules or not? We're gonna take a quick break because
I just don't like it.
Mr. Villanueva.
Go make
is standing
$60 million in
by.
Serbia then.
That's not what he's saying.
You can't.
You're such a flag waver. I cannot deal. God.
A flag wave.
I'm on my
It's
feet.
hilarious.
Oh God. I think it's funny.
I thought I told y'all to get on my level.
Charlie Villanueva. Charlie B.
Get on my level.
You're gonna love Charlie B.
Get on my level.
11. Yo, we're doing this. 11 years in the league.
Slow
Close
clap.
You like that? Play it
To
again.
the Baja with Raymond Felton. What's
again.
up? What's up, Charlie? How are you doing?
Hey, I forgot I used to get up like that.
Yeah.
gotta be nice.
Appreciate the reminder.
It feel good to see that reminder every once in a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a
What's
minute.
that, by the way? We're starting with Chandler because, well, we work with him now, and it's something. Do you have any good stories about having to hang out with him and work?
He laughed. Well, I used to call him back in the day. I used to call him the White Mamba.
That's what he did.
And he was a Beadle as well. I know he's changed his life around, so...
No, he hasn't.
No,
he hasn't.
Stop, Charlie. I'm a married man. I'm a father too.
BP, I'm trying to look out for
Keep
you
it
now.
classy.
You gotta keep it classy. This is a live show, so I'm trying to keep it classy.
I think the thing with Chandler is his mouth just always is going. Like, did that ever get on your nerves?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, stop.
Every day.
I could see that.
Every day. No, but he was a good teammate though. We had a great time. We had a lot of fun.
The funniest thing is, this is what's funny about the NBA, is like when we're about to sign Charlie Villanueva, I remember there was like murmurs, like, oh, I don't know, he's a bad guy. Not a bad guy, but like there was questions about his character. And I was like, all right, we signed him. He's probably a top 3 favorite teammate I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, where do these people get these narratives and these opinions based on people? Like, it's just all gas and wrong. So I don't know if I ever told you that, but I heard you a real shithead when you signed with us. And he turned out to be
I was about to say you said it.
one of
now.
my favorites.
Okay.
I
There you
appreciate
go.
that, CP. I appreciate that.
By the way, we'll get to that watch in a second. You can't just bust that thing out here in the 7
damn.
o'clock in the morning.
You brought the heat this morning.
Damn.
Excuse me, we're just doing that. Okay, Devin Harris was on last week, and both he and Chandler called Dirk Nowitzki, and I quote, a sarcastic prick. Do you agree with that?
I will agree with that. So I got a funny story with Dirk, right? So I was telling a story about when I got traded from Toronto to Milwaukee, and I ended up getting, I'll make this quick, but when I got traded, they didn't tell me that they were going to trade me. They told me that, they've heard a lot of people calling in that they might want, that want me, but they're not going to trade me. They said if Michael Jordan comes out of retirement, it's the only way we trade you. This is what Toronto said. It's Brian Colangelo and at the time Sam Mitchell. So I was telling that story on my podcast, and Dirk texts me right? And he's like, I would trade you for a 75-year-old Michael Jordan. that should explain the type of person Dirk is, man.
See, that's what I mean. He's a great guy, but he's a sarcastic prick.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take it. I like it.
Chuck, since we're talking about Dallas days, I got to ask you, when your house got robbed in 2017, did they actually steal your toilet?
Wait, what?
So it wasn't actually my house. So, after I've done basketball, I've been doing real estate. That's kind of been my bread and butter. So it was one of the properties that I invested and remodeled and was up for sale. So they stole my toilet, which is crazy.
You had to buy that in there.
It was a $100 toilet.
It wasn't even a Toto?
It was standard?
No, it wasn't a Toto one.
Oh,
it was
my
like
God.
$100 one. I'm like, why would you steal a toilet? I mean, they stole other items, but a toilet? I mean, at least they were generous and they cut the water off.
Oh,
so
that's
that saved me some bucks.
Insane. Oh, my goodness.
Charlie, before we take a dive into your career, you had a comment saying you would take Rajon Rondo over Damian Lillard to start a franchise.
Dun, dun, dun.
Absolutely.
Can you explain that a little bit for us?
First of all, well, I played with Rondo in Dallas, obviously, and to me, he's one of my favorite point guards. Actually, I sat next to him in my locker, and I didn't really know him, but I got to really know him well when I was with Dallas. But man, his IQ to me is none other, and the way he plays. I mean, he's obviously a pass-first point guard. Obviously, I like to score the ball, so I would rather play with a point guard that is passing the ball.
You want to set up, man.
Yeah. So, I just, to me, I think, Rondo's a Hall of Famer, and hopefully he gets a coaching job someday. I know the Pelicans are in talks with him and whatnot, but I think, to me, I would take Rondo.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, and Doe was able to get a championship out in L.A. with Bron, and I want to ask you about Bron. At 41, still playing at this level, and it's crazy to say that considering that was somebody that you competed against in a McDonald's game, dunk contest. At 41, does it amaze you that he's still playing at the level that he is?
He's still playing. I'm here talking to you guys. So that shit is I'm 41 years old, and I'm like, man, I'm just getting out the bed is like pain in the ass, man. That hurts. My knees and back, and just to see what he's doing at 41 years old, man, is amazing, man. I give my flowers to LeBron, and to me, and I know people like he might end up being the greatest ever, man. I don't want to say it yet, but it's looking that way, man. Because what he's doing at 41, you gotta give him his flowers for that, man.
What's an early Bron memory of yours that you realize, oh, the hype is legit. Like we about to go on a journey.
High school. Yeah. We was in the same class. He was a #1 player in the country, and then Luol Dan was #2. I was #3, and Luol and I played on the same high school. But that gap from 1 to 2, was a big gap. And, LeBron was, I didn't really know who he was. I met him my first time in ABCD camp. I don't know if that rings a bell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
The Adidas ABCD camp. And then he's just like a man-child, 16, 17 years old. And he was already, a man, you know. So, I mean, just to see him, and he was jumping out the gym. His basketball IQ was tremendous. I knew from the jump he was going to be a star.
Charlie, real quick, I'm going to drop a name that you probably haven't talked about in a while. I heard it's Kwame Brown.
Wow.
You were teammates with him in Detroit, and he just goes bananas daily on LeBron.
Does he really? Daily?
And Bronny, like he hates him. Like is there a beef there, or is he just a LeBron? Like what's going on there?
Nah, Kwame. You know what's crazy? Kwame's one of the nicest guys that I've played with, man. Because Kwame is very quiet. Which is not, it doesn't seem that way. But in the locker room, he was very quiet. He does his job, very professional. I just think that people try to test him, and obviously he was a #1 pick, and too much is given, much is expected, and he didn't have the career that typical #1 picks have. So, you know, he gets a lot of backlash for that. And I think, you know, he's just an angry man now. I think he also has no filter now, right? You know, I can kind of take a page out of that book, you know, because when I was in the league, you know, I was kind of a quiet kid, you know. But now, you know, now that I'm doing the podcasting thing and all, you know, I have no filter myself.
If we got nothing to lose now, Charlie.
We got nothing to lose, you know what I'm saying?
Charlie, I want to ask you, and I'm sorry to pull off a scab because I know all of Rashad McCants' talk has subsided a little bit. But I was a fly on the wall in some of these, and I don't think people realize that. Some of these pre-draft workouts, I was involved in them, but I was a young kid at the time, so nobody would have probably recognized that I was even around. But in pre-draft, he said he windmilled on you and all of that. What really happened, and have we gotten over all of that?
Have we gotten over it? No. I get petty. I'm real petty. And I don't think a lot of people know that I can get real petty. He said some things that kind of, you know, struck a nerve. So I was just telling a story. And I don't know, Lou, if you actually, like, you worked out with him? I'm not sure if you did or didn't. But
yeah, I was in the draft workouts with him, with CP, with Ray.
Did he work out though?
You remember Aaron Owens, University of Houston? That was our workout group. But I was a 17-year-old kid. They probably just pushed me to the side. They didn't even realize I probably was there.
Got you. Yeah, but with me, I was just telling a story about, you know, when I worked out with him in Toronto. And he didn't finish the workout. It was just simple as that. He just didn't finish the workout. And for some reason, he felt a certain type of way. And he's like, I dunked on me. He dunked on me. He this, that, and the third. Then he went personal. So once you go personal, I'm talking basketball, you go personal, all the gloves is off for me.
That's fair.
I'm from New York City. You know what I'm saying? So the gloves is off for me now. So is it over? Nope.
Okay. Say less. I don't want no smoke. Say less.
Man, rookie year, you had an incredible, you know, first year. You finished second behind Chris Paul in Rookie of the Year rankings. Jalen Rose was your vet. You got any cool stories to tell between you and Jalen?
Jalen, you know, love Jalen, but he was a bad vet, man. He was a bad vet. You know, I'm fresh. You know, I'm 20 years old coming into the league. You know, he kind of takes me under the wing. And, you know, Jalen's at the end of his career. So now he's doing things a little bit different, you know. And, you know, he would tell me to come out with him, you know, come out with me, young fella. Come out with me, young fella. I'm like, all right. Actually, I didn't mind it, to be honest. But Jay Rose, I mean, obviously the infamous story. You know, one thing about Jay Rose, I don't know if he remembers this, but Jay Rose used to give me his black card, and it's like, hey, young fella, here, hold it down, do whatever you want.
Okay.
So that was cool. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. But I didn't really, you know.
You didn't run it up?
Did you, what, really? Nothing?
I didn't run it up. I was very conservative.
Respectful young
The infamous story with Jay Rose to me is the 81 points when, you know, he got probably like 70 with Kobe. So it's funny because you know I'm on a statue and you know because on the statue they have the.
We saw you when they see the box score, yeah.
So I'm on the statue, man. So you know respects to Kobe and R.I.P. man to him, man. But I'm on
during that game, were y'all ashamed or more amazed at what was happening? Like when he get to 60, what's the conversation in the huddle at that point?
Mind you, Lou, I'm a rookie. Like, this is my first time seeing Kobe up in person, up on the flesh, right? And he out there doing it. And this is a time where Kobe is on one, right? And I think, like the previous games before, he scored 60 against the Mavs in 3 quarters. So he was on one. So the goal was, let Kobe get his, don't let nobody else get theirs. Because if you look at the game, we didn't really lose the game until the 4th quarter. We was winning throughout the whole time. So you know, at halftime, he had about like 30-something. So we were like, we still fighting, we're winning. We're still doing good. But, boy, did he turn up.
You certainly let him get his.
The second half, which is insane.
So
it was like a video game, to be honest. It was like a video game. And I'm just trying to, and I was balling, too. I thought I was doing something. But, yeah, man, 81 was special.
So y'all had to been rooting for Bam. Did y'all want Bam to go get that 83? Y'all had to be rooting for that to take y'all off the hook.
See, to be honest, that 83 is not equivalent to that 81.
Talk about it.
You thought it was a bit egregious, the ending and all that?
Yeah, man. The last 6, mind you, I'm on the court when I seen the 81. That 81 was a legit 81. And nobody was fouling. It was none of that shenanigans going on. But man, the last, you up, however many, you up double digits and you're fouling so you can get another opportunity at it. I mean, I get it, because if I was a coach, I kind of would allow it, go get it.
But here go my thing, though. If the defense is going to put 3 guys on me and triple team me, then I got the right to do whatever I want to do. If we just going to turn it into a shit show, the shit show can't go just one way, though, Charlie. That's all I'm saying. If y'all going to triple team me full court, AAU style, then all right, we finna do whatever then.
But the fact that you're getting triple team and you're still shooting it is crazy.
He's getting triple team full court, Charlie.
It's full court.
They're pressing him.
This asterisk is going to
They're
live
pressing it.
forever.
I mean, it was a shit show the last couple minutes, man.
Yeah.
So to me, that 81 is more impactful than that 83.
Understood.
I think that was the best way to put that, by the way. Charlie, before we let you go, we got Raymond Felton coming on the show next week. What's the craziest, hottest take he's had that we could sort of grill him on?
Oh, he hates because Michael Jordan is his GOAT.
Yeah.
I purposely do it. Like, I purposely say, I think, LeBron got him, or I think Kareem. Yeah, he takes really offense. So make sure when you talk to him,
Done.
Get him.
Got it.
That's that Carolina Blue.
Watch his face. He gets upset. And you guys got to say that Michael Jordan is not the GOAT. Oh, he's going to be upset.
Well, they think that. I mean, this is easy.
We already think that
Yeah,
anyways,
they think that already, so that's easy.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Perfect,
So
they're
get
done.
him back, for sure.
To make him so mad. To the Baja is the podcast. Check it out. Charlie
Hilarious
Villanueva. We
pod.
appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it.
Thanks. We'll be right
Thanks,
back.
bro.
Run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
All right, this, I'm shocked we're even doing this because this was gross. Hawks, what happened? 140, 89 is your final. Knicks
Talk
move
about
on.
wrong, Chandler.
Jesus.
Largest playoff victory in
Good
Knicks
riddance.
history. The halftime score, for those who love numbers, 83-36. Oh, that's such good math. This was unwatchable. I believe that the Hawks were outscored by about 100 points in the last 3 games. Like, no joke.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with you, Lou. How
Please start
embarrassing,
with
1
Lou.
to 10 is this?
It's a 10. Hawks peed the bed. Simple and plain. They peed the bed, didn't show up last night. It looked like somebody took their Space Jam ball. And it was unfortunate because they had put together a great season and a great run. I picked them for personal reasons. I went through that. And also in the second half of the season, they were 19-3 to finish the season off. I thought they played a better brand of basketball than the New York Knicks did up until that point. And so my pick wasn't completely off until last night. But with all of that being said, I seen something last night that Matisse Thybulle said about the Portland Trail Blazers, and it resonated with me when it comes to the Atlanta Hawks. He had said, in our world, in our business, even when you overachieve, you may still disappoint some people. And I was like, man, that's pretty deep, because this Atlanta Hawks team came from a 10th seed, being out of the playoff contention. You trade away an icon in the city, a franchise type of guy, and you get yourselves all the way to a guaranteed spot in a 6th seed, and you get the city and you get the organization to rally behind you. And it's just unfortunate that a game like that was the last impression that you're going to have of them with everything that they did this year and were able to accomplish. But you got to give you got to give all the credit to the New York Knicks. They seen an opportunity right here and they took it. They found weaknesses in the Atlanta Hawks before the Atlanta Hawks found the weaknesses in the New York Knicks, and they exploited them in all. I thought this game was over in the first 3-4 minutes of the game, and that's me being friendly.
Because it's really the first 2.
Yeah, like the first 2 was a 40-point quarter. OG had 16 points. They had 10 turnovers in the first quarter. Like, I'd never seen it. It looked like somebody took their Space Jam ball. It really did. So with all of that, and it's gonna be an ugly stain, and they're gonna have to live with that over the summer. I hope these guys use it as fuel and motivation to come back next season. Lousy way to end the season, but they had a great run. But all credit to New York. Chandler and I, we deserve all the criticisms that the fans want to give us.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah, we did pick the Atlanta Hawks, but I'm from Atlanta. I don't know what he was doing, so I'm gonna throw him under the bus again. But we were wrong.
I picked them because my eyes, what I saw the last 20 games of the season, this was the hottest team in the NBA. It was a great matchup. The way they played, the versatility of their lineups, and the inconsistencies of the Knicks and Karl Anthony Towns and the kind of the way their season went. I didn't see it going this way. And again, I can't get them
They
all
were also
right.
up in the series.
They were up in the series. It's not like it was an outrageous pick.
Yeah, it was an outrageous pick. That's what people got to
But
understand.
my point is, what happened?
You're supposed to tell us.
They were down 50 and 17 minutes into the game. I've never seen an ass whooping like this. I've never seen kind of. Bro, I went to pee. Literally went to the restroom.
They were down 10
and
more.
they were down 20. They were down 36 by the time I got out of the bathroom.
That was a long pee.
I didn't even sit down.
That was a one-turn, too.
No, that's my point. It was a bloodbath.
What's happening
and
right now?
Again, I picked the Hawks 6, not for personal reasons, like this homer.
You're a troll.
I thought they were a better team.
I had a better reason.
First of all, I don't want to discredit the Hawks. The turnaround they made, the additions they made, Alexander Walker, unbelievable for most improved. Jalen Johnson, this was not a great playoff series for him, but he's had a trajectory of being an absolute star. They're on to something right here. And that was a great quote because they were up in the series. Yeah. I felt like they thought they were the better team as well. And New York outshined them, and they played really well. There's nothing to take away from New York. But listen, this was a horrific game, and I almost need to watch it back. Like, I don't know how it happened.
Why would you
so quickly.
No, you're not.
How did it happen?
You're not
Well,
watching
it was.
the game back.
Oh man, I'm not gonna get in my school.
New
back,
York
I don't wanna
came
get
in
this
and
wrong.
handled business.
I
Simple
think
as
it's
that.
no, I ain't gonna do that.
What are you gonna do?
Anything that could go wrong will go wrong. How does that quote go? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
I thought that, but I didn't want to say like Newton's Law.
No, you nailed it.
Murray.
I nailed it. All right.
Murray.
But that's literally what happened. Defensively, they
nuts.
couldn't get a stop. The New York Knicks scored at will.
Amazing.
Offensively, they couldn't get going. They were just unforced turnovers. I just don't know. It was confusing to everybody, and that's what happens when you're down 83-36 at halftime.
83.
But again, for everything that they did this year, and they were able to accomplish and get the city behind them and rally in that second half of the season, shout out to the Atlanta Hawks. This is a terrible, terrible way to go out, but make no mistake about it. There's a lot of positives that they can take away from the season, and hopefully those are the things they focus on moving forward.
I would like to play the only highlight because I know we're going to be up against the
Is
clock.
there?
The only
there's a highlight.
It's gotta be
boosted.
It's the Mitchell Robinson, Dyson Daniels moment that we had because there was some emotion going on. Also, if you're Dyson Daniels in this fight, are we rolling it or am I describing?
Emotion or frustration?
Well, can I ask you this? Does he get to go home after being ejected? Because that's what I would have done.
No, you got to sit
stay
there.
in the locker room?
He's got his exit interview today. And
Dude, they're knocking
listen,
people over.
everything's going to piss you off when you're down 50 and you just got punched in the face and you're down 50 and 60.
There you go. But
All
listen, hey Dyson, you got to win something now.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, go down swinging.
Are we taking this as a win?
I mean, I don't know. I was going to ask you, is this all that's left to do?
We're talking the effort. We're talking the effort. We needed that effort.
The clapping that I love. By the way, if you're down 50, are any of you just going to start something to get out?
No, I've been down 50 before.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, you stick around long enough, you'll get whooped on once or twice in your career. But no, I didn't start a fight. I just.
You've lost by 50? I don't know if I've lost by 50.
To the Mavs. You might have been involved.
Oh, interesting.
Pull it up. I need to pull it up. I need our biggest.
Denzel, I'm leaving here with something.
I need all three of our biggest losses by the time
Actually, that would be kind of cool. Boogie, I'm going to ask you this. Halftime, you're down by 47. What do you think Quinn Snyder did in that room back there?
Had a drink.
Have a drink? What to say? What is
I'm
there
not
to
sure
say?
it's much to say. I mean,
roll up.
To me, this was this was a prime example of a veteran team that's been here before and a young up and coming team with no experience. I want to give more credit to the Knicks. I mean, I know I'm not usually that guy, but the Knicks came in and they handled business. They did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Smart man right here, guys.
Hey, but they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They handled business, gave them no life, and they made themselves a clear-cut better team. They made sure they were the clear-cut better team.
How about the confidence, by the way? No matter what, and the teams they're playing are going into Game 7.
Sure.
Like this is an ultimate confident boost for them. Jalen Brunson was the best player in this series. OG was probably the second best player in the series.
I love that guy.
He was unbelievable.
You think Jalen Brunson was?
I mean, Cat was like.
I would like to say, I want to give Cat more credit.
OG.
Yeah, Cat. I mean, he ended tonight with a triple.
I will say, no matter who they play, Philly or Boston, like Bridges has to be better, Hart has to be better, but the confidence they're rolling into in that series, and now get to sit back and watch that Game 7 and really, like, it's going to be fun.
We're gonna
now I want to know who do they want to play.
They changed my outfit. I'll tell you that.
Tell me that's on.
Well, no, we were going to go to break, but Yappy over here just kept going. So you know what? We're going to talk about the Sixers and the Celtics because depending on who you're rooting for, this one's an interesting one. We are going to get that Game 7. No one saw this coming. I don't care who you are, unless you're a Sixers fan.
I don't even think they saw it.
I don't think they saw it either, just because we assumed Boston. I mean, everyone thought Boston was going to be in the finals, for goodness sake. But here we are. Again, Lou has a connection to this one. Big win for the Sixers, 106-93. Like, just spread some love here. Tyrese, Paul George, Joel.
Well, I said it after the game that I attended. I was at Game 4, where it wasn't their best showing. But I said it. I think the best version of this team is Tyrese Maxey-led. And that being Joel Embiid's first game back, I appreciated him being aggressive. I didn't think he read the room enough. He shouldn't have had the most shot attempts in that game. And I think when you have a force like a Joel Embiid, you have no other option than to kind of feed the beast. You got to kind of play through him. But I think for the Sixers moving forward, it is clear now you got to play through Tyrese Maxey, and then it goes to Paul George, and then everybody else fill in the gaps.
Wow.
I like what Joel Embiid was able to put together. Almost had a triple-double with 8 assists. That was him being unselfish and him knowing, hey, listen, I'm going to draw a lot of attention on the offensive end, but instead of using that for my personal gain, I'm going to get other guys involved, and I think we can thrive longer in that fashion. He passed up some open shots and turned those into dribble handoffs for other guys to be able to get involved and get the ball moving, and it opened up the floor for them. So, you know, shout out to the 76ers for understanding that and realizing that. And Joel Embiid being mature enough as a player to realize, like, these are open shots for me that I usually can make. But I'm not my best right now at the three-point line with me missing so much time. It's not an efficient shot. It's not. So he turned down a lot of good shots for great shots in his team, and I think that pushed them to a place where, you know, they have an opportunity to advance in the Game 7.
Also, what a luxury to have that it's May 1st, and we're still talking about how they should play or who they should get going first because their guard play is so good. They have one of the most dominant big guys in the game when he's right. And now all of a sudden Paul George is back to his playoff P days where he's going
Got
nuts.
his nickname back last night. Got his nickname back last night.
Who'd have thunk this, by the way?
And again, then they got deep, they got shooting with Oubre and Grimes. Like, this team, when healthy and they're rolling, they are very tough to beat. As we can see, Boston was kind of our pick to come out of the East, and we never expected Game 7. Like Atlanta, they were a hot team late that get Jason Tatum back. Derek White's been pretty brutal this series, and they're going to have to get something out of him, especially just to win Game 7, but in the next series, and if they happen to get to the finals. But man, what a series by Philly to pull off this and now have a chance to knock off this team that everyone kind of thought was a top team in the league, especially with Tatum back. This is really impressive.
It is impressive, and the fact that they've struggled all year and, you know, they've had their ups and downs. They've been very inconsistent, especially when it comes to health. You know, what a better time to come together than in the midst of the playoffs. I mean, I think everybody can agree if this team is healthy, they're very, very tough to beat, and they actually have a legit chance. So good to see this team healthy. I do agree with Lou when it comes to, you know, the head of the snake now being young Tyrese Maxey. I mean, it just makes sense. It's time for it. Like I said, every system needs an update, and you know, what a better way to update than right within the locker room that you already have. You know, kind of passing the torch, giving the young kid the keys to the whip, and, you know, being that driving force. So I like this identity of this Sixers team, especially while healthy. You know, you do have your veterans stepping up playing, you know, A+ basketball. So I'm sure the Sixers are excited. I'm sure the fans are excited. And
fans are very excited.
They got real life in this series. So, you know, we can be in for a shot.
And Boston is dealing with a couple of little things. We're going to see what's going on with Jason Tatum's calf. I know JB is going through some knick-knack things as well. And so this is going to get interesting in Game 7. It's not clear-cut right now.
The majority of people right now in the chat are Sixers are going to win Game 7. Okay. And so that's where we are. This took a turn, guys. We want to address something really, really quick before we end the show today. Little Draymond, Steve Kerr drama, if you will. If you think it is, here he is.
Much as he's done for me in basketball, a part of me think he's hindered me in my career and what I could have become. You know, when KD came from 2016 on, I have not had a play in our playbook. Not a single play that we run for me in our playbook. This is 2016.
Wow, that's weird. Okay. Steve Kerr held him back. By the way, he also went on to say he's grateful for him. You take the good with the bad. Like, I don't want to make it sound like he's just ripping Kerr, but and also as just a normal person, I'm like, wow, that's kind of a weird statement. What do you think?
It's not. I think that's a player-coach type relationship, especially when you have a lot of history together. I love Coach Cal to death, but even to today, we'll have conversations 15, 16 years later, and I say, Coach, I feel like you held me back. I could have been better.
Wow, okay.
He laughs about it, we laugh about it, but I think that's just a normal coach-player relationship, especially if there's real love, within the relationship. But I don't take this as a diss. This is typical players. Every player feels like they didn't get, their maximum opportunity, especially if you're the second, third option.
But he put a title on it.
Yeah,
like
I got coaches that hindered me, and I didn't get 4 championships out of it. This is like,
it's hard for me to agree with this when his career is first ballot Hall of Fame and a champion. And again, he played with some of the greatest scorers that we've ever seen. So I think as a basketball player, we all think we can do more offensively, right?
Sure.
Especially a guy like him who's labeled as a tough defending guy, a glue guy, if you will. Like everybody thinks that they want more opportunity, and sometimes when there's more opportunity and guys are out, you can kind of shine and show what you're capable of. Maybe he didn't get that opportunity, but the opportunity he got and the situation he got was blessed.
Absolutely.
Okay, I like that. I know it's as a normal person, again, when you hear that, you're like, oh.
I mean, he also said he was grateful, so we got to hear that too.
Much about nothing, but like you said, if you're not privy to that type of information, it might have thrown you off.
Sounds right. So. By the way, damn shame I gotta wait till Monday for Game 1, but that's all right, NBA. Well, maybe we'll get it right next time. Have a good weekend, everyone.